The following is a presentation of The Day.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're live at the Hygienic Art Park in New London. I'm Rick Coster, streaming from theday.com. And of course, this is Pocket Vinyl with Elizabeth and Eric. And this is the second time they've done a live lunch break. The first time, though, well, let me put it this way before we go any further. The state of Mississippi called. They would like their humidity back. That was funny, wasn't it? Also, phone calls. Jurgen Finchman called. He's the U.S. soccer coach. He said, go ahead, go to the Hygienic Art Park, see Pocket Vinyl. You can catch the second half after they play. So if you're watching this, come on down. We are welcoming Italian Express, the first time they have been with us to serve lunch, and bless them. After a year, we sure appreciated Captain's Pizza, but we have segued to a very fine and estimable restaurant. So to keep the heat at bay, let's talk just a minute now rather than to bisect this show the way we normally do. The first thing, congratulations, because you guys are multiple Whaley winners since probably the last time you were on this stage.
Yeah, we got 3 Whaley Awards a few weeks ago, right here on the stage, actually.
Yeah, what'd you win for?
We won Best Pop Music Video,
Yeah,
Best Pop Album,
yeah.
and Album of the Year.
If you're gonna win 3 trophies, those are kind of the ones you want to win, right? You don't want best bass tone or something like that.
I love being complimented on our bass tones, but the Album of the Year I think was the most flattering one, certainly. Yeah.
So your left hand, then, was that the bass tone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, vote for Eric's left hand, best bass tone.
We have some stiff competition, but I think we're going to pull through.
Now, we were talking a little earlier about the properties of working in this sort of heat, and we've already ascertained that your keyboard is hot to touch right now. Are you worried about this? Do you need something on the pads of your fingers to play?
Well, it's mostly the black parts, so all the black keys are going to be a little hot to the touch. But thankfully, white keys repel light, which I'm sure we all understand from our USA education. So I think the white keys are going to be okay, but the black keys, and if I have to press any buttons or anything, are going to be a little touch and go.
So we could have some experimental noises going on today. Now, Elizabeth, I don't know what that was. We talked about this, and I don't think you really have a chemical properties answer, but how's your paint going to work in this situation?
I think actually the thing I'm most concerned about is how bright the canvas is right now. I'm feeling kind of blind, and I wish I didn't forget my sunglasses.
Are your sunglasses prescription? Somebody got any non-prescription sunglasses? Look, Peter's got some right there. You want those? They're designer. They're really... No, all right. Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us at the Art Park for Live Lunch Break. This is Pocket Vinyl.
Thank you, everybody. We're absolutely delighted to be here for our 3rd time. Thank you very much, even too, for coming and having your lunch here and stuff. A lot of these songs are going to be about death, but not in a sad way. So just let's all relax and enjoy an adult conversation about it, okay? like I lead some extra special life. As if the billions who've gone before me don't count with such high amounts. I still have my doubts, and I'm not sure I was made for children, but how will I know unless I raise one? I found I cannot make a baby. Is it better that way? Maybe. I saw my grandmother during her open wake. They put so much makeup on her face. As I stepped closer towards the woman that I knew, her light shined through. She was dead yet made anew. And I know I see him when it's scary, and I know I see him when I'm happy. I know I see him when I'm angry, but it could just be my death anxiety. I still convince myself that I will never die, like I'm on some never-ending ride. As if the billions who've gone before me don't count with such high amounts. I know how that Oh, I know how that sounds. Yes, I know how that sounds. All right, thank you. We can hear you clapping at home. Thank you very much. Attached to me like a tick. They're a wound in my mouth I can't help but lick. And no days are added onto my life when I consider all the things that bring me strife, or ponder the ways death could take my wife any minute. I feel so near deep in it. I once drew you in a loving picture. Panicked, I erased, but the lines got thicker. I threw it away with the trash last fall, and in the spring it was somehow glued on my wall. And no fire gun, sword, catapult, or dagger, or spear could ever get that thing out of here. Certain shade of green that tells me it's alright. 'Cause when it belts that everything's fleeting, the collective sound of the cows all eating the grass tells me that we'll be defeating our foes. And I'll make the first blood. than hell or nihilism. But I hope those who have gone before us are greeted with the gigantic loving chorus that sings about how we won the war on apathy, and every single word is known upon their entry. And there'll be a phrase for this brand new thing where you can simultaneously laugh and sing, and there'll be a light that makes the vision so crystal clear, and we'll forget the definition of fear. Very much. I hope you're doing okay. For some reason, it seems to be raining on my keyboard. Is there a towel anywhere? We can ask. The rain is very specific, somewhere right here, and just going all over the key. I don't know if anyone else is feeling it, but it's fairly drenching. So, thank you very much. There we go. This is the most I love performing so much. I love attention and I love performing. Elizabeth loves painting. This is so much fun. Thank you very much for being here. To impress, oh, I don't think that your face was built to frown. Maybe my last days to tie up the loose ends. I'd rather use my death as a form of revenge. Oh, if I died now, they would be so sorry. Oh, for the ways they've emotionally scarred me. It's a mouthful. And for the first time I am feeling double. Although I'm faking the crime, oh, it kills my sense of time. Paulina told me that the keys to success are to be patient. That you get from a distance. I'm slow to speak, but I'm quick to defend her. I don't think I should be here, I'm not that pretty. Oh, she said as we entered Johnson City. Well, it's a mouthful, it's a mouthful, it's a mouthful. And for the first time I feel double. Although I'm faking the crime, oh, it kills my sense of time. The leader told me that the keys to success are to be brutal. Failure. please everyone. That's the real end. Thanks. I'm going to be playing that song in between every other song, so it's our international hit. I just can't get enough of it myself. Elizabeth and I sometimes people talk to us about a plan. This is our full-time job, even though we're from the area. About half the year we're kind of out on the road touring, and sometimes people are like, "Well, what's your plan? Is it by this date get to this or do this or something?" And usually our plan is if it's fun, do it. And when we've made merch and done other things, it's just kind of whatever's whatever's fun. What's fun? Writing a whole album about death songs was fun. And then one thing we did is we contacted a friend of ours who does these, I don't know how many of you are familiar with old music from old Nintendo video games from 20 or 30 years ago, but he took our songs and added all this extra orchestration so it sounds like an old Nintendo song, sort of, with my voice and piano over it. We decided to release that on a 7-inch, and just because it's fun and we like doing things like that. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, this next song is from that 7-inch. It won't have all the chiptune and Nintendo-y parts, but it's one that was converted into that. So. One time I fought off a murderous thought about someone I knew. Have you had the same, or am I insane? Is it called sin, that struggle within? Burden of free choice. The way I behave and the things I crave. I don't struggle to see potential like evil in my heart. its equal. About how we can't always do good. Well, it annoys me, that break in the psyche. Why don't I stop? Why don't I give up? Why don't I collapse in fail all the time, though I yearn to keep trying. Can't be the only one. I cannot be the only one. I cannot be the only one. Thank you. Okay. This next song is a little longer and it's purely instrumental. And I don't know how much you know, people here or at home, about the Salem witch trials, but I worked for 2 summers in my younger days reenacting witch trials on the streets of Salem, Massachusetts as a tourist attraction. And I'd dress in like the clothing of a Puritan in 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts, and walk up to people and be like, "Have you heard of the trial? Goodwife Bishop is accused of a witch. Come this way." And we try to get people to come to the show and everything. And while we were there, we had to just learn a lot about Salem and kind of know our history in case people would ask us questions and stuff, and we have to respond in character. And so as I was doing a lot of that research, I just began to kind of write this song. And unfortunately, it has no lyrics, but it's about the Salem witch trials. I mean, however much you know about it doesn't really matter. I guess if you keep it in mind as you're listening, it kind of tells a story by itself. So I don't know. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you. It's as if someone warmed up a lot of butter and just spread it all over the keyboard. There's some things that you don't think about when you're playing an instrument, like the piano, for instance. I don't think that, like, oh, my fingers require a certain amount of grip, like, on the keys when you're playing, until you've lost that grip, and then you're like, wow, that's a really important part of how I play. Anyway, if anyone needs to butter any of their pizza, please, by all means, I have loads up here. That's a joke. I can see some of you didn't get it, but that was purely a joke, so thanks. We're gonna play 4 more songs, yeah? Okay, we're gonna, do we have time, Peter, for 4? Okay, we're gonna do 4 more songs. For those at home, if you're nearby enough and you wanna come down, but for those here, Elizabeth, the paintings are, we just auction them off to the highest bidder at the end of every single show. I have no idea what the painting is, I cannot see it from my point of view, but if you really like you like it and wanna take it home with you.
Like a giant squid.
A squid? Oh.
Yes, that's what that is.
We actually, well, we played a show last night at the Oasis, and it was a mason jar with a octopus stuffed in it. So I don't know if it's anything in relation to that, but that was just about 12 hours ago. But anyway, if you do want to take on the painting, there is a notebook by a table with some merch on it over there that you can just put your name and put a bid, and the painting will go to the highest bidder. If you don't have cash on you, we can do credit card too, so that's absolutely no problem. And again, if anyone at home wants to run down here and bid on it, by all means, please feel free to do so. Ooh, excuse me. This next song, I'm going to try really, really hard to play it because it's going to be for the U.S. soccer team, who in just a few minutes is going to be starting to play Germany. And it's an uphill battle, but I believe in my boys. So this one goes out to the U.S. team. Sing if you wanna sing, I don't. And praise if you wanna praise, I won't. See if you wanna see, I'll try. It's hard to see with a blind mind's eye. Never you mind, 'cause I always gave up. And I was inclined, but it's never, no, it's never enough. Speak, I don't. It puts a number on every song. Never you mind, 'cause I always gave up. And I was inclined, but it's never, no, it's never enough. And although you say what you need, when I find your criticisms the opposite of wisdom, and though you say what you need, I'm sure it isn't anything more like it, like than a being. The feeling's quite alone, like God hung up the phone on. Glad you're doing a good thing. Backlash must be frustrating. Whenever you mind, 'cause whatever is done, it's always met with opposition. And although you say what you need, well, I find your criticisms the opposite of wisdom. And though you say what you need, I'm sure it isn't anything more like it, like than a being. The feeling's quite alone, like God hung up the phone. If you're only here for a little while, you can just drop pop off that paranoid smile. 'Cause when you bleed, please don't bleed next to me. I've got a problem with the way these things are seen. And I've been self-described as a tiny man with a tiny life. But the little things get smaller and smaller every year. Every year, yes, the little things get smaller and smaller every year. Sing if you wanna sing, oh well. Do you think I'm going to hell? Well, never you mind, 'cause I always gave up. And I was inclined, but it's never enough. And although you say what you need, well, I find your criticisms the opposite of wisdom. And though you say what you need, I'm sure it isn't anything more like it, like that I'm being the feeling's quite alone, like God hung up the phone. You've been self-described as the ones who finally got my doctrine right. But the little things get more and more important every year. Every year, yes, the little things get more and more important every year. Thank you. I don't usually play this next one too often, but it's the only cover song that we've ever put on an album. But no one knows it because it's a friend of mine back in high school wrote this song, and he kind of only wrote like a verse and a chorus to it. And they never really did much with it, and I personally just thought it was great, and so then I kind of took it and added a few more lyrics and changed the arrangement around a little bit and kind of tried to make it our own. But so I guess I sort of half wrote it. But anyway, we usually don't play this one too much live, but you're all so, you're all listening and stuff, and so why not? By the way, I know I like to be silly up here, and I can tell by some of you that we have different senses of humor. Either way, I hope you're enjoying the show. So what about your brother? What about the war? What about your biggest fans? They're making me bored. And when is the storm gonna hit to knock us all down? And I'm getting anxious to die or get out of town. One day when I reach 35 years, I'm driving my pickup straight to LA. I can't go on living knowing I'm tied down with you. No, not for a day. What about the others? What about my friends? What if they hold my hand when comes the end? What about the promise about if you die that I wouldn't follow you? Well, I hope I don't lie. Why can't you see? It's all crushing me, and I can't go on without you. And one day when I reach 35 years, I'm driving my pickup straight to a place surrounded by fields where the sun will turn all the clouds pink. Oh, and perhaps we'll stay. Thanks. You okay? Yeah, I know. She just said I was soaked. I'm more aware of that than I think anyone here. So yeah, we'll do 2 more songs, and then we'll all go watch the USA versus Germany game somewhere. So all the songs that we played so far are off our most recent album called Death Anxiety, which I just was very influenced by death. I've had friends and relatives and things die in my life, and I was actually having a conversation with Daphne, who's sitting right over there one time, and she told me, she's a songwriter too, and she told me that the one thing she can't write about is death. And for some reason in my head, I was like, well, I'm gonna write a whole lot of songs about, like almost like as if it was a challenge. And I just found a lot of inspiration in there, and none of them are meant to be sad or depressing really, but more just reflective, I guess. I don't know how you think of death, but it's something that's just kind of on my mind a lot, and I feel like something that a lot of people are thinking about, but no one really talks about. And so things like that, and I don't know, I really enjoy talking about death and like all the things that come with it in like places like right now where you're having lunch on a sunny day where it might be inappropriate or something, but I really enjoy kind of bringing those conversations. So yeah, in that sense too, this next one, I cannot think about death without thinking about after death and if there's heaven or hell or a God or something. And I don't know where you fall on that, but this next song is just more or less my experience. I've kind of been all over the board throughout my life, and I'll probably continue to be all over the board during the remainder of my life. And yeah, I don't know, wherever you kind of stand in the idea of God or religion or whatever you want to call why we're here, the meaning of life or something, maybe you can relate, maybe not. Either way, I think you'll enjoy the song. In the glow of Christ, Tuesday I'd proclaim that it was all lies, then right back to my religious self. I was sure of nothing and I wanted help. I heard that doubt like an annoying bell. I believed because I was just scared of hell. Yeah, I had no depth of commitment. I followed Christ to avoid the punishment, so I changed my veil. I had a spiritual schism. I dabbled in the church of atheism, tried to rid myself of all that I could from the Sunday school lessons of my childhood. But something I noticed internally, like I didn't believe in God, but God believed in me. Was this a feeling from the divine, or something I made up in my mind? I've got a grief that resists but catches me. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. And I try to flee, yet it chases happily. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. Don't you find it so frustrating how you can really make the Bible say anything? You can do what you want if you quote the right verse, from making fun of someone to putting them in a hearse. I'm not saying that the book contains no truth, but we need to realize that we pick and choose to fit God into our personal box. Maybe the point of it all is the paradox. It wasn't the Lord that disgusted me, it was my fellow followers' hypocrisy. And I say that knowing 100% I'm referring to myself as well as them, 'cause I'll quickly bark out rules and laws, forgetting I can't listen with my moving jaw. And the Bible states it quite clearly that those who thought that way are called Pharisees. Yeah, I've got a grief that resists but catches me. And I've got a grief that resists but catches me. And I try to flee, and it chases happily. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. Now I'm not sure of the title I hold. I'd rather not have one if I can be so bold. But the one thing I feel that I can sink my teeth into the love that forgives my enemies. And I know I fail with the bar so high, but something inside me compels me to try. And you may call me a heretic, you can't spell that word without Eric. Yeah, admittedly I'm scared, skittish like a vapor, to put these thoughts down on this paper. What if I'm disowned by my family when I claim if there's a hell it's probably empty? Oh, for some it's easy just to give it up. I probably always drink right from that top. It's a foggy mess still around my head. I'm sure I'll figure it out though when I'm dead, yeah. And I've got a grief that resists but catches me. I've got a grief that resists but catches me. And I try to flee, Thanks. What's your name?
Why?
What? I'm wondering. What's your name?
Altea, why?
Altea. I think clap for Altea, 'cause she is doing it. I hope she comes to every concert and dances along. I don't know if you can see at home if she's on camera, but she has been dancing through a lot of these songs, and I change tempos a lot, so that's challenging, and I commend her for even trying. So keep doing it. By all means, I'm not trying to get you to stop. Anyway, again, this will be our last song. Please, if anyone wants to bid on the painting, just go over there, put your name in a bid. And, if you don't have cash on you, we accept credit card too. And this is the last song. It's a little lighter, but thank you so much. Like we don't have any other jobs. This is our full-time jobs, like doing this and playing around, and entertaining people is what we love to do. So thank you very, very much for sticking around. Thank you for watching at home. Thank you for the day, for having us for the third time here. This is really a lot of fun. So. Etching back, making ugly sounds. The keys in my saddlebags were moving around. The doors are all locked from above, and they won't let me see the face of who I'm thinking of. Oh, the food's not the best here. No, I don't find it kind. I've got the wrong ears and the wrong eyes. The reason I want to believe is I saw so much of something I didn't know I'd love to see. Have you always been this soft, to where you cannot help but love? Oh, you're forming some rift or some spiritual gift. You cannot but turn your heart off. Oh! But the morning light's proudly peeking through your window. Have you always been this soft, to where you cannot help but love? Oh, you're forming some rift or some spiritual gift. You cannot but turn your heart off. Oh. all of the grooves in my spine. Your skin is so soft and so smooth like a pair of cinnamon, yeah. Just lift up your hands, you're indeed giving me the sign. It's over. Thank you very much.
Elizabeth finished The Last Cloud right in time, perfectly done. Elizabeth Jankowicz, this is Eric Stevenson, Pocket Vinyl. Their album is called Death Anxiety, the newest album. Thank you guys for being in the Hygienic Art Park. You can go watch soccer now. Thanks to our culinary heroes, Rick and Mom back there from Italian Express. Late last minute addition to the whole program. They made it. The food is delicious. Check them out. Next week we will have Madison Red, thanks to the Hygienic Art Park, and Saturday night Mark Mulcahy will be here. So you guys travel safe.
What
Thank
kind
you.
of music do they do? Madison